Hello there, you amazing viewers and subscribers. Welcome to a brand new Doctor Who video for today. So this video is my favourite stories from each season of classic Doctor Who. That's right, I'm going to be, in this list, I'm going to be talking about my favourite stories from classic Doctor Who, where some point in the next couple of days, there will be one following this one on of my favourite stories from modern Doctor Who. Now, I have to be honest here, I love classic Doctor Who a lot more than I do for the modern era of the show, because I really think Doctor Who had a lot of appreciation going for it in the classic era, and mainly around about the 2005 to 2013, you had a lot of appreciation for it, where these days it's just kind of gone, the appreciation for it's gone downhill. But I really enjoy classic Doctor Who a lot more than the modern stuff. That's what this video is going to be about. So this is going to be my favourite story from each season of Doctor Who. So if we're going way back from the very first season, from 1963 to 1964, down to the last classic season, which was 1989. So sit there with your jelly babies, your sonic screwdrivers, your long scarves, your question mark jumpers, your cricket jumper, your nice doctor coats, and let's dive into my favourite stories from each season of classic Doctor Who. So as you can tell behind me, yes, I've got my VHSs on the top, just up here, down here, and then go straight to the DVDs. So I do have my DVDs and stuff. In the corner, it's my Doctor Who Blu-rays, because I just love everything to do with classic Doctor Who. I've got even the Target novel books on another part of the shelf. So anyway, enough about that. I'm talking about my collection now. That will be a video for Sunday when I do my collection update for the end of the month, because next month we have got something very important coming out. We have got the brand new animation story Galaxy 4, which I'm really looking forward to sitting down and watching, because I know nothing about Galaxy 4, so I'm really looking forward to that story. And of course, on the 13th of December, we have got Doctor Who The Collection Season 17, so that will be joining my collection pretty soon. I'm really glad. So anyway, enough about all that lot. Let's dive into my favourite stories from each season of classic Doctor Who. So going into Season 1, which was broadcast from 1963 to 1964. And it is the round about the fifth story of, well, the sixth story of the season, sorry. And it is called The Aztecs. I really enjoy The Aztecs. I think the TARDIS team are brilliant in the story. When you have Barbara getting in her mind that, oh, she can change history, the Doctor goes, you cannot change history one line. Not one line. Believe me, my dear. I know. I really like the chemistry between the Doctor when he's literally there, because he has you can tell the Doctor has a fondness for the Aztecs and this era of the show in the 15th century, and Barbara is mistaken for a princess, for a god, so they think that she's a reincarnation, and then they want her to, she wants to stop the sacrifices, which really doesn't work, and it's just a great Doctor Who story. I really enjoy it. Season 2, it is the Dalek invasion of Earth. So the TARDIS team arrive in the middle of the 22nd century, where London has been took over by the Daleks. And we have human being robotized into Robo-Men. This is where the Doctor gives a fantastic line where he goes, one day I shall come back. Yes, I shall come back. Until then, there must be no regrets, no tears, no anxieties. Just go forward in all your beliefs and prove to me that I'm not mistaken in mine. That's the greatest speech of Doctor Who out of all time. So I really enjoyed that story, and it's my favourite story from Season 2. Season 3, I have to say, is the War Machines. I was going to put the Daleks Master Plan, but because I've only listened to the audio, which is a great audio adventure, I just love the War Machines a lot more, because this is where we see the Doctor kind of standing up to the War Machine robots, and he's just there literally walking, going like that, and then like that, and then like that, and then you just have the cliffhanger. I really enjoy the War Machines. Season 4, it is the Macra Turret. Now, the Macra Turret was animated way back in 2009 for us Doctor Who fans to sit down and enjoy. I really like the animation. If it was existing, I don't think it'd be a great story, because I really think the animation makes it look creepy and sound great as well, because I really enjoyed the Macra Turret. I love the Macra. Season 5 now, and it is the Tomb of the Cybermen. This is where we go to Teros with the Doctor, Jamie, Victoria end up joining these expeditions trying to find the last remains of the Cybermen, which got terribly wrong, because we discover an old abandoned Tomb of the Cybermen that's got Cybermen in it, and not just any Cybermen. It also has the Cyber Controller, and this story introduces the Cybermats as well, and it's just a great Patrick Troughton story. Now, season 6, it is The Invasion, another great Simon story. This is the best story I consider to be coming out of the 1960s of Simon stories, followed by Tomb. I really enjoyed The Invasion. I think it's a great story, even though the Simon don't really pop up until later on in the story. But we are introduced to the Cyber Planner in the story, unless he's introduced in the Wind in Space. I'm not really too sure about that. But I really enjoy The Invasion. It's a great Troughton story, and it's just magnificent, and it's Unit's first story as well. Season 7 now, and it is Spearhead from Space, Jon Pertwee's first story. I really enjoy Season 7. This is my favourite story of the season. I love the Autons. I like Leah Shaw. It's a shame she's only in it for this season. Would have liked to see Season 8 with her. Hopefully, with her and Joe Grant. I really think that would have been a good little chemistry going on between them. I really enjoy this story of the season. Great. Season 8, it is The Mind of Evil. I really enjoy The Mind of Evil. I was going to put The Claws of Axos, but thinking about it, The Mind of Evil is more better than The Claws of Axos. But even though Claws of Axos was still my first ever Jon Pertwee story I ever sat down and watched, The Mind of Evil, I just absolutely love it because I like the Master. I like the way the Master's manipulating the Chinese woman to go around assassinating people. I really enjoy it. Season 9, it is The Sea Devils, because the Master is in the story again, and it's just a great story because I really enjoy the Sea Devils. I like their design, and even though the Doctor's there with his screwdriver, which I've got here, and he's literally like that, and he's literally doing it like that, and he's literally blowing up mines and making the Sea Devil run, screaming. It's just another great scene. Season 10, it is The Three Doctors. I really enjoy The Three Doctors. It's my second favourite Jon Pertwee story of all time. I really like it. It has Pertwee and Troughton, and when you see those doctors like bicker and argue, it's just fantastic. It's just great to see a doctor argue with his previous self. It's really great. I really enjoy the two Doctors, and Omega's a great villain as well. And it is William Hartnell's last appearance as the first Doctor, because unfortunately 2 years later, after the story was broadcast in 1973, William Hartnell passed away in 1975. Season 11, and it is Planet of the Spiders, Jon Pertwee's finale swan song as the third Doctor. I enjoy this finale of Doctor Who stories. It is just a great finale. It's one of the best ones, but it's not the actual best regeneration story. I love the fact Jon Pertwee goes out saving the universe from big giant spiders on Metropolis 3. It's the one story I can actually talk about. I can make a 3-hour video talking about Spearhead, about Planet of the Spiders, because it is just fantastic all the way through. I really enjoy it. Season 12, it is Genesis of the Daleks. I enjoy Genesis of the Daleks. It's my favourite Season 12 story. Out of Season 12, it goes this one, then Ark in Space, because I just love those two stories, and I really enjoy Genesis of the Daleks because one, it is the introduction story to Davros. It's a great Dalek story. It's just magnificent. Season 13, it is The Brain of Morbius. I really enjoy The Brain of Morbius. It is a great story for Season 13. I like the horror setting. I normally watch this round about Halloween, so round about on Halloween Day, this is the one story I'm going to go back and revisit. And there will be a video coming out on Halloween Day of my 10 favourite Doctor Who stories to watch on Halloween. I really enjoy The Brain of Morbius. It's just a great Doctor Who story, and it's just magnificent. Season 14, it is The Talents of Wing Chiang. The one I've already done a review on. I absolutely love this story. It's the great story of Season 14. It's the best story from Season 14 in my opinion. I just absolutely love it. Season 15, The Horror of Fang Rock. I really enjoy Horror of Fang Rock. It introduces the Rutans, which is the Centaurans' enemy. The murder mystery going on with the Rutan taking off the people in the lighthouse one by one is absolutely a classic. I really enjoyed that. Season 16, it is The Pirate Planet. I just love The Pirate Planet. I think the captain is a great villain. I like the way you have this idea of the planet literally materializing around another planet, blowing it up, and little bits of it ends up, like in Califrax's case, it ends up in the jar, and it is actually the key to time. I really enjoy that. Season 17 is The City of Death. I just love The City of Death. It's the one story, Season 17, I just flipping enjoy flat out because it's great. Duncan is a great support character. The Doctor and Mine on holiday in Paris. You've got some great filming locations. And Scaroth is an interesting villain. He's just great. Season 18, it is The Keeper of Traken. Now, Season 18, it's a great season. It's Tom Baker's finale season. I was going to add some other stories, but the one story I first watched of this season was actually Keeper of Traken. I love the mystery going on between the Doctor and the Master. I love the way that goes on between the Doctor and the Master. I think it's more of a great, interesting story. I like the way when the Master just jumps into Tremas's body. A new body, at last. I love the way Anthony Ainley just does that, and the way they morph Jeffrey Beavers and Anthony Ainley so they go like that and become the Master. It's just great. Season 19, it is The Visitation. This is my favourite story out of Season 19, followed by Urshok and Castrovalva. I really enjoy the story. The Tellarites are an interesting villain. I really enjoy the story. It's a great Doctor Who story. I have recommended this to quite a few people lately. It's just one of those Doctor Who stories I just flipping enjoy and love. It's just absolutely magnificent. Season 20 now. For Season 20, it is The Five Doctors. I really enjoy this story. It's my favourite multi-Doctor story. To be honest with you, it's my favourite, followed by The Three Doctors, followed by The Two Doctors, and then Day of the Doctor, and then Time Crash, and then Twice Upon a Time, you know, so on and so on and so on. I have done a video. I haven't listened to all of the Big Finish stuff yet because I want to do a whole ranking video of every multi-Doctor story. I want to listen to all the ones that Big Finish have done so I can add them in to it as well. I really enjoy The Five Doctors. I like the way you got Borusa taking the Doctor out of time. When you got the Fourth Doctor trapped in the Time Vortex, you got the First Doctor played by Richard Hammond because William Hartnell, as I said, has passed away, and he's a great First Doctor. Patrick Troughton and John Pertwee are still magnificent as the Doctors. It proves they haven't left the role. Peter Davison is great in the role as well. I do enjoy Peter Davison's role, but the only thing about it, I think he gets too easily mind locked a lot in the story because I think his will is a bit weak in the story, but being taken out of time, and it does affect the Fifth Doctor more than it affects the other Doctors, so that's the one thing I can say about that. Season 21, it's The Caves of Androzani. I love The Caves of Androzani. I was going to put Resurrection of the Daleks, but Caves of Androzani, it is a great Doctor Who story, and I just really enjoy it. I think it's magnificent. I like the way Peter Davison goes out with a bang. It really sets up an awful lot of Doctor Who going on, and it's written by one of my Doctor Who favourite writers, Robert Holmes. He's my all-time favourite writer for Doctor Who. I really enjoy his run, and I just love it. I just have to say I really enjoyed Caves of Androzani. I like the way you have the what's his name? The Phantom of the Opera guy. I can't remember his name. Dr. Perry. Sirius Jack. That's it. Sirius Jack. I really enjoy Sirius Jack. Anyway, Season 22, it is Ventures on Varos. The TARDIS is running out of Artron 7, something like that. The Doctor has to go to Varos to try and pick some up, but he ends up going on to this prison planet that is being controlled by Sil, which is another great Colin Baker story. I really enjoy this story. I really think it's one of the magnificent stories of the Colin Baker run. I really think Colin Baker doesn't have a lot of appreciation for his run, but it's still a great story. Season 23, it is Terror of the Vervoids. There is no doubt of it. I really like the way the Doctor has to create genocide on an alien species. I like the way you have the Time Lords watching it, and when you have that cliffhanger at the end of part 4, I demand the Doctor to be accused of genocide. And the Doctor goes, I really enjoy that story. Season 24, it is Paradise Towers. It was Dragonfire, but I seem to enjoy Paradise Towers a lot more now than I do Dragonfire. Even though Dragonfire is my second favourite. I have to say, Paradise Towers, I like the way the Doctor starts to... the manipulation of the Seventh Doctor comes into it. I do enjoy the way the story is. I love the fact it is just a great story. I like the Kangs. Red Kangs are the best. Blue Kangs are the best. You got the oldies that end up getting shoved down the chute, especially when they go cannonball and they eat people. It's a great story and set in a great massive tower block. I love the big giant robot creature that's literally underneath the one personal thing I do enjoy. Season 25, it is Remembrance of the Daleks. I really enjoy Remembrance of the Daleks. It's a great Dalek Civil War story. You've got the Imperial Daleks, you've got the Renegade Daleks fighting for the great Time Lord weapon known as the End of Omega. And it is just a great Seventh Doctor story. I love the way the Seventh Doctor manipulates Davros into using the hand. He uses it, the Doctor pretends to be scared, and he goes and blows up Skaro. Right, turns Skaro's son to a supernova. So I don't even know how Skaro is still about in modern Who. even after the Seventh Doctor did turn the sun supernova. That killed all the Carlys and the Fowls at that point in time. Really enjoyable. And for the final season of Classic Doctor Who, which is season 26, my all-time favourite story of the season, it is The Curse of Fenric. I really enjoyed the story set in World War One. You got Fenric, you have the Doctor manipulating Ace, you have Fenric manipulating Ace as well, making her a wolf of Fenric with the baby and a mother and a grandmother and everything. The Heather Falls, I absolutely enjoy the Heather Falls. I think they're a great villain. This is the one story I do go back every year and watch around about Halloween, or all year round, to be honest with you, but I just go back and watch this on Halloween because it is a great Halloween story. Vampires coming out of the water, which aren't really vampires, they're just Heather Falls. The way they can actually drink their blood and everything and leave marks on your necks and stuff. It's just a great Sylvester McCoy story and I love it. So this is my list of every one of my favourite stories from each season of Classic Doctor Who. What is your favourite stories from each season of Classic Doctor Who? Let me know in the comments. Please do like, subscribe and share, and join me tomorrow when I talk about my 5th favourite Doctor and my 5 favourite stories from his era. Enjoy and have a great day.